What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. Okay, so in today's video I'll be showing you guys a new boom and crash scalping strategy. Now what I want you to do for me is make sure to watch this video until the end, only focus on the video. Okay, get out your pens and books and write down notes. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is when you use this strategy, okay, you're going to start off in the 1 hour time frame. Okay, now the people who's new to trading, if you want to get to the 1 hour time frame, what you're going to do is you're going to click on the screen and go to H1. Okay, so once you're on H1, okay, what you're going to do is the first thing you have to do is you are going to determine the trend of the market. So what we can see in boom 1000, okay, the market was trending in an uptrend. Okay, as you guys can see over here, the market is trending in an uptrend, right? But when we move, okay, we can actually see the market start trending in a downtrend. Now what you want to boom 1000, okay, you want to make sure that the market moves in a downtrend when it's a scalping strategy. If you have a spike strategy, what you want to do is you want to make sure that the market is moving in an uptrend on the 1 hour time frame before using the spike strategy on the 1 minute, 50 minute or 5 minute time frame. Okay, so we can see that the market has been moving in a downtrend since this break happened over here. Okay, so as you guys can see, let me just take out the trend line and delete that one. Okay, I'm just going to draw my trend line again. As you guys can see over here, right? You guys can see over here, this is where the breakout had happened. The market was moving in an uptrend, and then when I draw my trend line, remember you need 2 dots to draw a trend line. And over here, what you guys can see is that the market decided to break below this trend line. Okay, you guys can see the breakout happened over here. And why did that happen? Okay, as you guys can see over here, the market decided to break below this trend line, then it went back up. Okay, then retested the trend line, then it came back down. The reason why it did that is because, as you guys know, that if people had entered over here, the stop loss would have been over here. Okay, so what the market makers did was it first went up. Okay, it retested the trend line, took out all the people who was in this trade. Okay, and then it went down. So you need to be cautious of that. Never ever put your stop loss too close to your entry. Okay, so for example, if you enter trade over here, do not put your stop loss over here. Rather put your stop loss over here, okay, and your TP at the bottom. Like for example, as you guys can see over here, what happened after that, the market decided to go down hard. Okay, and we can still see the market is moving in a downtrend because it was moving in a uptrend, a slight uptrend over here, and then it decided to move in a downtrend again. Okay, so as I take on my trend line, I can actually see if I draw it like this, 2 touches, then I had it breakout, and as you guys can see, when the breakout happened, it decides to break out, but as you guys can see, it moved up, came back, took out everybody, then it went down. Okay, so be cautious of that, right? So check this out, guys. Since the market is moving in the downtrend, what you're gonna do now is you're gonna go to the 1 minute time frame and add all of the indicators that I'm adding to my chart to make this strategy work. So go to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, so as you guys can see, I'm on the 1 minute time frame. So the first indicator that I'm gonna add to my chart is my 13 moving average. Now what you want to do is when you add your 13 moving average, you want to make sure that your parameters are like this: period 13, sub 0, method, linear weight, apply to close, styles to pixel, green. Okay, now I'm just going to pause the video and add all my indicators. Okay, so check this out, guys. This is the first indicator, right? The parameter should be 13, sub 0, linear weight, close, apply to close, okay, styles to pixel, green. The second one should be period 15, sub 0, method, linear weight, apply to close to pixel, purple. The third one should be 17, method, linear weight, apply to close to pixel, red. The fourth one should be period 19, sub 0, method, linear weight, apply to close to pixel, green. Okay, and then 21, linear weight, close to pixel, black. And the last one should be 23, linear weight, close to pixel, light blue. Okay, so what you guys can basically see over here is that every time we have this crossover, like for example, you guys can see the moving averages decide to cross over each other, and over here what we can see is there's a crossover. Okay, but since we know that the market is moving in a downtrend, okay, we can take entries. But the thing is this: let's just say for example a crossover happens over here. Okay, let me just show you guys. Let me zoom in. Let's just say a crossover happens over here and the market decides to move up. What's going to happen to you? You're going to blow your account. And I don't want that to happen to you. Like, for example, over here, you could have taken an entry, okay? That's why you're going to add another indicator, right? So here was a crossover, okay? Wait for the crossover. You guys can see all of the moving averages crossed over each other. Let's say, for example, you took an entry over here. Boom, big spike happened. If you have a small account, your account is gone, right? And that's why you need to watch this video until the end, because if you do not know what you're supposed to do, you will blow your account. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is you need to make sure that you on the 1 hour time frame, okay, and the market is moving in a downtrend, like I told you guys, like I showed you guys. Okay, so the thing is this: after you've added your moving average to the chart, the next thing you're going to do is you are going to click on main chart, add the stochastic oscillator. Okay, click done. And once you adding your stochastic oscillator, make sure that your parameters like this: K period 1, D period 1, slowing 1, price field low or high, method simple, styles main pixel, main 2 pixel wide, signal 2 pixel wide, levels 15, 90, 10, and 85. Okay, once you have that, you click done. And once you're done with that, you're going to click on F again, click on indicator 1. Okay, F plus button, and then you're going to add your alligator. Okay, once you add alligator, just make sure that the parameters are like this. Okay, 13, 8, 8, 5, 5, 3, smooth it, medium price, high or low, or 2, toe style 2 pixel white, teeth style 2 pixel red, lip style 2 pixel green. You click done. Okay, so now you guys can see that there's something extra. Okay, now what the alligator is going to do for you is it's going to show you when to enter. Okay, like for example, every time when the alligator, okay, touches this level, the 1985 level, what you're going to do is you need to make sure that the chart is zoomed out completely, drag the screen to the left and right. Okay, and zoom in. Then if you see the alligator doesn't move, you zoom in the chart. Now for example, what we can see over here is we had our crossovers over here. So this over here, okay, is our first confirmation. So the second confirmation is going to be this over here. Once you see a crossover between the alligators, okay, as you guys can see over here, a crossover it happened. Okay, this is our second confirmation. Once you see this confirmation, okay, the crossover over here, you're going to take your entry. Okay, let's just say for example you could have taken an entry over there. Just look at how many candles you could have taken. That's like 20 candles easily. You could have made a lot of money if you had a big account. But if you have a small account, only take 2 to 7 candles. It's very important you only take 2 to 7 candles. Okay, now as you guys can see, the chart is zoomed out completely. I drag the screen to the left and right, and I can see next to this, okay, the alligator doesn't move over here, so here's another entry. Where the crossover over here, okay, over here you guys can see here's a crossover, here's a crossover. We take 10 to 15 candles, then we're out. If you have a big account, if you have a small account, only take 2 to 7 candles. Now you can do this over and over again. But the first thing you have to do is you need to make sure that Boom 1000 is moving in a downtrend. Okay, if Boom 1000 decides to move in an uptrend, you are not going to use a strategy. Listen to me, guys. If it moves in an uptrend, you are not going to use a strategy, because if it moves in an uptrend, it's not going to work. Okay, so you need to make sure that you only use a strategy when Boom 1000 is in an uptrend. And when you go to the 1 minute time frame, after you've added your indicators, you need to make sure that the chart is zoomed out completely. Drag the screen to the left and right to check if the alligator at the bottom doesn't move. So over here, you guys can see the alligator doesn't move. Okay, we look for a crossover over here. As you guys can see, here's the crossover. Crossover over here, we take the entry. 10 to 15 candles, 10 to 20 candles if you have a big account. But if you have a small account, only take 2 to 7 candles. And how do we use this on Crash 1000? Let's just go to Crash 1000. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the 1 hour time frame. So as you guys can see on Crash 1000, the market has been moving in a downtrend as well. So what does this mean? It means we are not going to use this strategy on Crash 1000. The reason why I'm showing you guys this is because on Crash 1000, when the market moves in a downtrend, we are looking for spiking opportunities. Okay, but if it moves in uptrend, we are looking for scalping opportunities. Remember that. So let's go to Crash 500. Remember, you're going to do the exact same thing on Crash 500 you do on Crash 1000. So as you guys can see, the market has been moving in uptrend since over here. Okay, you guys can see, if you know how to trade, you guys can actually see if you had drawn a trend line like this, you could have taken an entry. Let me just clear it and add another trend line. Okay, so as you guys can see, after the breakout that happened, the market decided to move in an uptrend. So now that we know that the market is moving in an uptrend, what we're going to do now is we are going to go to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, and then we look at it like this. If the alligator is at the 10 level, you need to make sure that the chart is zoomed out completely. You drag the screen to the left and right. Okay, so as you guys can see, the alligator over here moves, so that means that is not valid. But over here, what we can see is, okay, the alligator decides to come to the 10 level. Okay, then we zoom in the chart, We see a crossover over here, okay? Here's our crossover. We have this crossover. Wait until this is a crossover. We take an entry. 10 to 15 candles if you have a big account. 2 to 7 candles. Okay, depends on what you want to do, but remember this. Only use this strategy as a scalping strategy. Do not try to swing trade or anything like that, okay? Because if you are trying to swing trade, you will blow your account, okay? Now, as you guys can see over here, here's another entry example. You make sure that the chart is zoomed out completely. You drag the screen to the left and right. If the alligator doesn't move, you zoom in the chart. You look for the crossover. Like for example, over here is a crossover. You guys can see all the moving averages has crossed over each other. Okay. And over here, we had this crossover. And as you guys can see, when we zoom out the chart, okay, the market decided to spike. But look what happened. Why does this happen? Because on the 1 hour time frame, we can see that Crash 500 is moving in an uptrend. If Crash 500 is moving in a downtrend, you're not going to use the strategy, okay? So make sure to go to the 1 hour time frame first. Check the trend of the market in Crash 500 and Crash 1000. If it moves in an uptrend, you are going to look for entries. On Boom 1000, if it moves in a downtrend, or Boom 500, you are going to look for scalping entries. Remember that, okay? And what you want to do after that is you're going to look for the crossovers. Once you see all the moving averages cross over each other, you look at the alligator. Once you see the crossovers, you take your entries. So thank you for watching this video. If you find any value in this video, don't forget to join my free WhatsApp group. The link is in the description, or subscribe to the channel and smash the like button.